Welcome to information about post-secondary planning. Here's our contact information, and we would like to start out by encouraging you to sign up for Remind by texting @SoHi in your class year to 81010 or download the Remind app.
You can find a lot of information on SoHi's website. Click Counselor's Corner on SoHi's website, and we have all kinds of information there, including field trip permission forms and scholarship information. As you know, KPBSD requires a minimum of 22 credits, and this is an overview of the minimum credit requirements. But we recommend if you're going on to post-secondary training, we would recommend that you go above and beyond that. For example, take a 4th year of science and a 4th year of math so that you'll qualify for Alaska Performance Scholarship, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes. If you're going to go on to a career and technical program, you might want to take advantage of some of the programs that are offered in high school. Many of them are highlighted on the One Stop portal, including the Certified Nursing Assistant, Firefighting Academy, Petroleum Academy, and much more.
For juniors and seniors interested in Jumpstart, make sure to call KPC, the Student Services, at 262-0330 to schedule an appointment to take either the AccuPlacer or Alex. Please check the KPC website for exact registration dates.
We have timelines posted in Counselor's Corner specific to each grade level, but you can also go to collegeboard.com and get a customized timeline specific to your grade level.
When you're looking at types of post-secondary options, there are a lot of different choices. Apprenticeship programs, there's flight schools, there's career tech vocational schools such as AvTech, community and junior colleges, or four-year colleges and beyond.
When you're looking at post-secondary training options, make sure and consider lots of different things. Not only the admissions requirements, and are you meeting them? For example, many schools will require you to take Algebra 2 and 2 years of a world language, but also the size and the location, the cost, and is there financial aid available? Housing, sometimes the big state schools, or many schools actually, will require freshmen to live in the dorms, so you'll want to check that out. And then also, how good of a job are they doing getting students employed once you finish the training program or the college?
When you're looking at types of college applications, really quickly I wanted to point out early decision and early action. They're similar in the point that students would apply in the early fall and they learn of the decision in December or early January, but early decision is a binding decision, and if students are accepted, they have to withdraw all other applications, and it's a non-refundable deposit at that time, whereas early action is non-binding. When you're looking at other types of admissions, regular is the most commonly used application process, and rolling is when students apply at the beginning of the fall of their senior year, and the decision is made as soon as their application is complete. Open admissions would be considered for the UAA, UAF, KPC, so any students that have a high school diploma or a GED will be accepted. Deferred admissions is if you're accepted, but you want to defer attendance to take a gap year, go on a mission, do some traveling. Please double check to make sure that that's allowed at your college. And a wait list is just as it sounds. It's when they're used to admit a student when fewer accepted candidates enroll than expected.
So in the application process, make sure that your application is complete. Meet your deadlines. I can't emphasize how important that is. You'll need to have Ms. Trider or your school counselor send a transcript and test scores. Also, plan ahead for letters of recommendation, which we're going to talk about in a minute, but make sure that you have those letters of recommendation ahead of time in case you need to upload them as part of your application process. When you're looking at schools, we really recommend that students narrow it down to no more than 6 or 8 schools to apply to, keeping in mind that there's often a fee when you apply. So several of them could be Reach schools or Dream schools, where the freshman profile on that school's admissions page, the typical freshman that got in last year, perhaps their GPA is higher than yours, or their test scores are higher than yours. And find the bulk of them should be your target schools, where you know the freshman profile from last year is on target with your academic profile. But it's also good to have a couple of safety schools that you know for sure that you'll get into.
So when you're looking at after high school, you'll have to look at post-secondary assessments. So the SAT and ACT are the two most common post-secondary tests that are taken. Most colleges will accept either or. The difference between the two is the ACT has a science section. If you're thinking of going to UAA or one of their schools, you'd be taking the Accuplacer or ALEX. If you're going into the military, you take the ASVAB. Or if you're going to AvTech, you take the TABE test. For school visits, if you have the opportunity to visit a campus, I highly recommend doing that, just getting a feel for the actual college campus and the town. Please contact them ahead of time, bring your transcript and test scores with you, and have your questions ready. You can see pages 11 to 12 in our post-secondary guide for some questions to ask. And then visit the areas that you want to see, such as the library, the dorms, the sports center, the counseling office, etc. If it's not possible for you to get your feet on the ground at the school, consider Skyping or FaceTiming them. There's also several campus tours available online, such as this one called campustours.com. You can search by state. They'll take you around by drone and show you the campus. There's also campustours.com, which is another way to do a virtual tour of colleges that you might be interested in.
Keep in mind, if you are going to do, or you're hoping to do college athletics, that you will have to register yourself with ncaa.org or naia.org, pay a fee, and send them your transcript. If you're thinking about doing college athletics at a junior college, you don't have to create a profile. You would just contact the school directly. There's also really helpful information on njcaa.org. NCAA has a lot of information on their website so that you can plan ahead to make sure that you're meeting the academic requirements for those schools to make sure that you have eligibility.
Here at the high school, we do grade-specific career literacy lessons in the classrooms. We use the Access website. This is a great site, and for sophomores, we start out by having them doing an interest profiler, some career activities. They also do an occupation search and look at career pathways.
In the junior year, we use Access, which students get to through PowerSchool, and we have them do a undergraduate school sort. So it finds schools based on the preferences that they put in, including admissions preferences, academic preferences, student life, and all the things that you see in the left-hand column there. And then they can compare schools in terms of cost and that kind of thing. And we save that. All the activities that we do, actually, they save into their portfolio so that they can revisit it later when they're doing more post-secondary planning. For the junior year, we also have them create a resume through Access. It's part of our program.
Seniors do the financial aid sort where they fill out their preferences and it matches scholarships to meet what they put in for their preferences, and they can go back and access that at any time. They also update each year when we see students, we have them update their personal learning and career plan, and this uploads to PowerSchool. And as this next screen, as they show you, this is what it looks like. And what's really useful with this is, as you can look at from this next screen, is this student said that they were interested in going into nursing. And so when we look at this, or when the our career guide pulls this information, she can let us know, hey, these students are interested in health science or nursing. We have the Certified Nursing Assistant program coming up, and it gives us a heads up and lets us know who to contact about these opportunities. When we're looking at scholarship portfolios and applications, Ms. Griffin and I go into the senior classrooms and go over this with your students. We've also sent out all seniors a Gmail that has the scholarship portfolio. It has SpongeBob on the front, and they fill in their information. It's also called the academic resume, so students should have that filled out and kind of ready to go. Also, I hope students are checking their Gmail for scholarship notifications from Ms. Trider. She's our counseling secretary. Also, search One Stop on KPBSD. Go to the scholarship database for local scholarships. And like we just mentioned in Access, they have already searched scholarships to match what fits their profile. They can go back and find those scholarships. They're saved in their profile. We can't say enough in order to get scholarships, you have to put in the time. It's like a part-time job. Just apply, apply, apply. Also, we want to make sure students know for Alaska schools, make sure you're APS eligible, Alaska Performance Scholarship eligible. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Also, we want to mention WUI, the Western Undergraduate Exchange. It's a wonderful program if you're interested in staying on the West Coast. We have links to that on this slide and also on Counselor's Corner for more information.
Here's what it looks like in PowerSchool if you're tracking your Alaska Performance Scholarship eligibility. And as you can see, it's $4,755 a year at the highest qualifying level, which you can use for up to 6 years after graduation for a total of 8 semesters. So even if students go outside to college, they can still come back and use their Alaska Performance Scholarship at any Alaska school. So in addition to the other search engines that we mentioned, there's also FastWeb. You create an account and it will match scholarships that you can apply for to your profile. Scholarships.com is another one that we like to have students use, and capex.com. Here's a list of other scholarship search engines that you might want to check out, including brokescholar.com, high5scholarships.com, and don't forget good old Google.
Don't forget to attend our financial aid night in October, and this is out in the high school library. Also, you can start to fill out the FAFSA. It opens October 1st, and it's based on your prior year taxes. And please attend our FAFSA completion workshops. We have one in October and another in November. And also contact the financial aid office at schools you're applying to for information about scholarships they may have available.
Many scholarships and college applications request that you submit an essay. So that is part of the curriculum that we do with our seniors in their English class. We give them prompts and have them write an essay, a personal narrative essay. The scholarship application and the college application tends to be a lot of numbers, your GPA, your test scores, and that kind of thing, your involvements, your academic achievements, whereas the essay gives you a chance to highlight your personality and what makes you different. For letters of recommendation, use your scholarship portfolio and bring that to 3 to 5 people. It can be a teacher, community member, boss, coach, principal, or counselor, just not a family member. Ask ahead of time and give them that personal profile, scholarship portfolio, academic resume. We also call it a brag sheet. And then make sure and ask ahead of time so they have time, and be sure to thank them afterwards.
As we wrap up, we just want to put a plug in for events to keep in mind. Don't forget, in October, we have our financial aid night where we talk about the FAFSA, other types of financial aid, grants, and loans. Also, we have FAFSA completion workshops, one in October and one in November. Also, don't forget, the second Tuesday in October, we have the College and Career Fair. Please check Counselor's Corner for specific date, time, and location on any of these events. Also, in December, we typically do a field trip to college and career schools.
We want to thank you for listening and getting all this information about post-secondary planning. And last but not least, we want to mention that we have a lot of information posted on SoHI's website on Counselor's Corner, including specific dates and times for field trips that tends to change from year to year. And also we have our post-secondary advising guide, which is a large compilation of information that we've put together. It has a table of contents on the front so you can quickly flip to a specific topic if you need to. And don't be afraid to reach out to us and set up an appointment to go over your post-secondary planning information with your school counselor. We thank you very much and have a great day.